Hi, and welcome to the Anime Recap. Today I will share with you the best soccer anime of the year, Blue Lock. If you would like to see more, like and comment what anime I should do next. It's the final match of the National Football Tournament selection, and the team that wins the game will head to the tournament and further their dreams of becoming professional athletes. In the final moments of the game, Isagi gets the ball from his teammates and is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Isagi and his team are down 1-0. And this goal would mean that they can send the game into extra time and hopefully win it. However, Isagi remembers that football is not a one-man game. His eyes wander to his teammate who's in a better position than him, and with the words of his coach in his mind, Isagi decides to pass the ball. His teammate, however, misses. The ball then rebounds to an opposing player who plays a long pass to the striker Kira. The boy takes the ball and slams it into the net, giving his team a 2-goal cushion. And more importantly, winning the game. Isagi is devastated. He can't think straight anymore. One more year wasted being an average player on an average team, and he didn't even make the nationals. He heads back home, head bent toward the ground. The next day, however, Isagi receives a letter from Japan's National Sports Committee, offering him a chance at becoming a professional athlete. An invitation to join one of their training facilities, despite being unsure of his abilities, making him reluctant to go to the facility. Isagi heads there the next day. On the way he meets Kira, who was also called to the same location. The two acquaint themselves, and Isagi finds Kira to be a really decent person who believes in the true nature of football. Kira is not only a good footballer, but also a great human being. The two head in and find that there are several other players inside waiting to find out why they were called to this place and by whom. Looking around, Kira recognizes tons of great center forwards, including Okawa Ishikari and the Messi of Aomori. Actually, the whole place is filled with only strikers, which amuses them. Suddenly a strange man enters the stage before them and introduces himself as Jinpachi Igo, the man who will create a perfect striker from among them who will bring a World Cup to Japan. Igo explains that this place where they were all summoned is the Blue Lock facility, and all 300 of them will compete with each other here for the next few months. And one among them will become the striker who will bring Japan to glory. Every one of the players disagrees with Igo's. Ideal football isn't a one-man game, and scoring goals isn't the only important thing. However, Igo gives examples of all the greatest players, Eric Cantona Pele, and the Japanese sensation Noah, who have all claimed to be the best and that only they matter. He states their egos make them the best in the world and challenges the players if they have the guts to become someone like them. Isagi is frustrated with his life as an average player and not being able to shine. Moreover, he lacked the ego to take the shot in the game earlier, which caused him a place in the nationals. Upon hearing Igo's words, he's the first to lunge towards Blue Lock. Soon after, almost all the players join, and Isagi is then handed an outfit and is assigned a room in which he must spend the rest of his days at Blue Lock. In the same room, he notices Kira and a few others as well. Each of the players is assigned a number on their outfits. Isagi's number is 299Z. After the players have finished changing their outfits, a huge screen lights up before them and Igo shows up. Igo explains that based on their abilities, they have all been ranked and labeled on their uniform. They can all play better and improve their ranks based on their progression in Blue Lock. However, there will be tests along the way and players will be eliminated. Players will never play for Japan at the national level in their lives, and only the top 5 players will be able to be a part of the upcoming U20 World Cup. Before the news could cause any uproar, a ball appears in the room and Igo puts them to their very first test. With 136 seconds on the board, Igo tells them to play a game of tag. The last person with the ball by the end of that time will be eliminated from the room. The game begins with the lowest ranking player, Igarashi, who wastes no time getting into it. He has only one thing on his mind: tagging it. The player closest to his ranking, Isagi, however, Igarashi lacks skills and is unable to tag anyone until he notices a sleeping player. Bachita just as he's about to smash the ball into Bachita. The boy gets up and kicks Igarashi, another player. Kunigami goes to argue with Bachita for not playing fair, and Igarashi slightly uses this opportunity to tag Kunigami. Instead, enraged Kunigami strikes the ball at Igarashi, but the ball hits Isagi. With 1 minute remaining, Isagi is now it, and he chases the others around. Isagi too finds it very difficult to tag anyone else, and his chances of a career are slipping away. Suddenly Igarashi slips. This is the chance that Isagi was waiting for, but suddenly he stops. Something tells him that if he's going to win, he needs to do it properly, and eliminate someone of a higher rank than him. Isagi turns around, and out of nowhere, Bachita lunges at him and takes the ball away. Charging at Kira, Kira tries to run away. However, instead of shooting, Bachita passes to Isagi with only a couple of seconds remaining. Isagi's feet move on their own and he slams the ball into Kira's face. The round comes to an end. Kira is eliminated when the buzzer beeps. Kira is outraged at first. He can't believe that Isagi did such a thing. But then the ego within him starts to show, and he starts boasting that he's a better player than anyone and needed to stay. The elimination was unfair as the time given was very short, and that this drill has nothing to do with actual football. Ego then shows up to clear the enraged man's misconceptions. He states that the area they are playing in is the same size as a penalty area, and the amount of time given to them is in fact the average time that a normal player would get the ball in a regular game. Ego states that Kira was eliminated because of his own incompetencies, and it was not Isagi's fault. Kira marches out of the place, giving Isagi the stink. Isagi, having ended the career of a really decent person, feels ecstatic. He asks Bachita why he passed to him at such a moment. Bachita smiles, telling him that he knew he would eliminate Kira. Ego then announces their journey had finally begun in Blue Lock. The 11 players in each of the rooms were now each other's teammates, and also each other's rival. Elsewhere, Japan's football board is briefed by Henri. She's the one who had proposed the Blue Lock program and really wants Japan to be a dominant footballing force in the world. The board doesn't really approve of the ideas, but they know that if this fails, all the blame will be put on Henri. So they agree.